What's up, you guys? Welcome to Fightful. It's August 8th, 2025. This is your AEW Dynamite post-show review brought to you by BlueChew and NordVPN.com/Fightful. And if there was ever a time to use NordVPN.com/Fightful, it's going to be the next, 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
5 years, maybe. We'll tell you more about that later on. If you're watching live, please leave a thumbs up on this video. Drop a fruit emoji. Let us know that you're here. Or, also send a super chat or humper chat to get your question or statement right on the air. It's been an insane week. SummerSlam. Let's just go back to Friday. John Cena turns babyface pretty well, throws The Rock and Travis Scott under the bus for what we all suspected happened. Saturday night, there's a Seth Rollins cash-in. Sunday night, Brock Lesnar returns after, quite honestly, the best John Cena match I have seen in like 7-8 years. Lots of stuff surrounding that. Monday, I'm sure something crazy happened Monday that I can't even remember. Then we've got the ESPN WWE deal, as well as Hurt Syndicate rumors, of which there is another layer to now. Indeed. Alex Pawlowski joins me. You can see his work on the NXT post show, as well as FightfulSelect.com's Sour Graps. Alex, how are you?
I'm well. I mean, like, my bank account isn't well in next year. But like, at least, working for Fightful, it gets covered. But I feel like if there's too many more price hikes and too many different streaming services we have to subscribe to, eventually Jimmy Van's just gonna go ahead and cut the cord himself.
Oh, you're getting a Nord subscription, buddy. Get ready to learn NordVPN.com/Fightful, buddy. That's what we're doing here. Get in your super chats, get in your humper chats. You might say, why in the hell would I want to ask you guys anything? Well, we have the most exclusive wrestling news of anywhere. In fact, last week we had, I think, over 30 exclusive stories. Today we had stuff on Austin Theory. We had stuff on this WWE ESPN deal. We've had a whole lot of stuff on Brock Lesnar. We even had stuff on Vince McMahon driving like a maniac last week and his reputation for doing so. Thursday, we're going to have contract news for you guys. And every day, we have Q&A articles. Every week, I have a Q&A podcast, and nonstop, we have a Discord with exclusive access. But by God, you all are here right now to talk about AEW Dynamite and a big topic, big story that emerged yesterday, of which I believe some of the same people that thought that Karrion Kross's popularity was an entire psyop and he just didn't happen to get over with some promos also believed that WWE leaked stories about Hurt Syndicate and MVP specifically. So I'll walk you guys through the process of this. A gentleman by the name of Jacob did a space of which he completely buried WWE, by the way, which should have been hint number one. He didn't get it leaked from WWE. But he referenced a few things of which I, quite frankly, heard for the last number of months and have talked to a number of people about over the last few months. And it was some heat on MVP. Now, some of the things that he mentioned that I can't necessarily verify, which were that Hurt Syndicate may leave and like that he's in MVP and Lashley's here. I mean, I had a conversation with MVP about some of this stuff, like in April. Not a secret. It was in front of literally hundreds of people at Squared Circle Expo. It's not like he hid the fact that he was doing it. And what I will say is MVP is the most like real dude as it pertains to all that. He is not going to say something that he doesn't expect to get out. And some of it got out, specifically that not only did he not like Speedball Mike Bailey, which was a puzzling situation for many people, it was that specifically he didn't want the Hurt Syndicate to lose to Jet Speed. Now, I don't know that that was ever in the cards, period.
Right. Yeah.
But I also heard that he specifically didn't want to lose to FTR either, whether it be Forbidden Door, All In.
Right.
Now, there's a whole lot of people that confuse this with no, he outright rejected it. Well, I mean, let me tell you the way this works. They can suggest it, and then if Tony says, well, that's what's going on, and that's almost always what goes on.
Mm-hmm.
What you try to do with some of your talent is you say, okay, well, throw me some other ideas. Let's hear what you have to say. And of MVP's specific preferences include a much more large private party, from what I understand. They actually gave them some advice to get into the gym and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Outrunners, of whom I will say, when it was mentioned to me, younger teams, I believe they are comparable in age to FTR. And then Gates of Agony.
The Skullets would give it away.
Sure.
But yes, and Gates of Agony. The
Gates of Agony, of which it was reminded to me, because again, it's one thing if MVP tells people this stuff, but like I gotta ask other people as well.
Yeah.
And it was quickly pointed out to me that Hurt Syndicate has already defeated all three of those teams.
Right. Well, it doesn't mean they have to lose the titles to them the first time they wrestle.
Sure.
Maybe it's a longer term story. Yeah. I mean, the Speedball thing is puzzling. Not wanting a team like Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin to lose to Jet Speed makes some kind of sense to me.
Relatively new team as well.
A new team, like you have to agent that match perfectly to make sure it didn't look like to an older school guy, like the big dudes are getting are losing to the younger and smaller guys. But I don't know. Like people have their own input into what is going on, and I get that. But unless the M in MVP stands for Mercedes Moné, I didn't realize that he had creative control. That was not a thing that I realized that he had going into all of this. So that was my thing.
I see that people say that you have an echo because I don't have my earbuds in. I will track them down. By God.
Yeah. And when you have
the volume down.
Yeah, that's good. When you have your earbuds back in, I'll make the joke again. So
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for right now, what I'll do is while I go grab my earbuds, I will run this BlueChew ad.
Okay.
Hello. Do you have a limp penis? A difficulty getting it erect? Boy, do I have a product for you. BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL will help fix that. BlueChew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. But they work a lot faster because it's a chewable. It's also much more affordable. Use that promo code FIGHTFUL. Get your first shipment free. Just pay $5 shipping. One of the best parts, it's discreet. No awkward in-person doctor's visits. You don't have to go to the pharmacy. It ships straight to your door when approved by an online physician. You want to check this out. It will help you. It is a good product. It will make your sex life better. BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL. Well, I'm doing my best. I don't have my standard earbuds with me, but right. I'm working on it, guys.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
All right.
Let's see what we got here. My God. Either way, hey, I got them working. Anyway.
Good. Hooray.
Shit.
Volume up too high, though?
Oh, no.
Was the volume up too high? I'm sorry.
Yes, They were up way too high. These are definitely a different volume setting. These are much cheaper than my other one. Stala World says, love what Speedball and MVP posted. So they posted a video backstage of Hurt Syndicate walking up and dropping some F-bombs towards each other in a very subdued manner. And listen, what happened. It wasn't like they were coming to blows or anything.
Right.
It's just he didn't like. He told people he didn't like Speedball. That's it. Like it wasn't a secret or anything like that. But listen, I hope if anything that this story emerging and what we had posted on Select contributes to the healing of this because they're all very talented. They're all very talented. Well, we had John Moxley facing and defeating Speedball Mike Bailey in the opener of tonight's show. How'd you feel, Alex?
It's interesting. Like I like the idea of Moxley being so angry about being chloroformed and nearly dumped to his death on Saturday. He's like, I gotta fight somebody. I have to punch somebody in the brain. Give me somebody. And Bailey being like, I'll do it. I mean, he just seems like the perfect dude to be like, yes, I will voluntarily sign my own death warrant. And I love that he gave Moxley as good as he got. I like that a lot. Right now, one of my all-time dream matches going forward that I don't think I'll ever get to see is Marina Shafir versus Kevin Knight, because them just going chin to chin was very enticing. I liked that. That was fun at ringside. I thought the match was really well done. The Darby thing coming in again, abducting Wheeler Yuta. He's got a lot of core strength, that Darby Allin, to be able to drag grown men who are much larger than him long distances. I thought this was really well done, well handled. Everybody looked really good in the match. I really liked. I just loved the finish of like, okay, well, we're gonna get out of that little submission you got and drop you directly on the top of your dome. This was a really good way, I thought, to start the whole thing out.
I did too. The Darby thing is working out really, really well. This is such a better path for him than what was originally speculated. And some of that credit has to go to Darby for going to Tony and being like, I don't need that title belt. It's probably not the right time anyway. So good on him. Meet Normus also says, I need Marina to wrestle more. I would like that, but I would like to see her, hey, you want to get a second women's match on the show? Just have her squash somebody, anybody. Have her squash a local talent, an extra.
Have her also be pissed that happened to. She's basically Moxley's bodyguard, and he got nearly killed on her watch. She's also pissed. So she kicks in the door and says, I want a match against somebody. And that somebody's Harley Cameron, because it's always Harley Cameron. And she comes out wearing the cat mask that she had on a few weeks ago, and she gets murdered by Marina Shafir. She goes, well, I need to rethink that next time. She has the comedy chops I didn't know actually what I was volunteering for. I thought somebody said, who wants burritos? I had no idea what was happening. Like, she could absolutely make that work. But yes, there's all kinds of ways you could get Marina Shafir into a match. She's just angry and wants to beat up somebody. Let her do it.
Jim says this is for getting to laugh at the Fightful boss in pain. Yeah, I bought these for my studio over there. And now I pretty well only do solo shows in that studio, so I don't need earbuds.
Right.
And they've just sat in my drawer for a year, and they were still at 92% charged, which is nice.
That is nice.
But I had not anticipated that. Adrian Wells sends a very generous super chat and says, what's up, everyone? How was your all's day? I would say it was a good day. We reported some news, a big WWE story about ESPN. We did the hump earlier. We got to scold Jimmy Van for a good amount of time, which is always probably usually something that should happen. But yeah, Alex, how was your day?
It was all right. I just was mostly just my wife took the kids somewhere, and so it was just me and the dogs hanging out. I got to do some chores around the house that I had been neglecting for a week. So got to get that done and then took a nap.
How many dogs you have?
2.
Okay. I get bullied for the length of my naps. So I take like 15-minute naps and I'm good to go. Like
you're bullied the opposite way that I am then. Because sometimes I will lay down to take a 20-minute nap and I'll wake up and it's 3 hours later.
That's a coma. Like that's to me, like that's wellness check territory, buddy. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Well,
I've always been.
You have text messages to respond to, vital news to be broken. You know what I mean?
So they sent that press release out at 6 a.m, Alex.
Wow.
I woke up at 6:03 and saw it and went back to sleep because I thought I was dreaming it.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah.
We have the Tony Storm and Alex Windsor interview, of which Tony is like this completely platonic, absolutely non-sexual friendship that we have. She's so good, Alex.
She's so good. I can't remember the thing that she said. And Alex Windsor was like, you're doing it again. Please stop. One thing you've got to know about Alex Windsor. When I get licked, I always give my lick back. Now I'm doing it. Like that was hilarious. When she realized that Tony was rubbing off on her, but not in that way, because then again, that would be more. This was a really fun promo. I really like the friendship that is developing on screen between the two of them. This is a lot of fun. And like, it's one of those things where down the line, when Tony is no longer in the world title picture and they finally have tag team championships, you could absolutely interest me in Tony Storm and Alex Windsor as tag champs for 6 months. I think they'd kill it as an act. I think they'd be a lot of fun to watch in the ring together. So yeah, 100%.
So up next, we got a 4-way qualifying match with Alex Windsor, who is with Tony Storm, defeating Billie Starkz, Queen Aminata, Skye Blue. We'll talk more about Aminata later, but I am just glad she's getting so much screen time.
Yeah.
Because they're making her a featured player and she's killing it on social media. We'll talk more about her specifically later on.
Yeah.
Billie Starkz, with Athena being on TV, Billie Starkz is on TV more. Skye Blue being a factor in this, why wouldn't she? But I really like Alex Windsor winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't hate Alex Windsor becoming the TBS champion and that starting the descent of Mercedes. Because what I like is they are immediately making Alex Windsor appear as someone you need to be paying attention to. It is very Lyra Valkyria-esque of how they brought her in and put her with Becky immediately last year.
Yeah.
It's similar to that with Tony. I just hope there's not a significant lull like there was with Lyra.
Yeah. You absolutely, you gotta like Alex Windsor coming in and them immediately establishing her as somebody who can hang with the best. That match she had with Athena was fantastic. She was very good here. I mean, I agree. If that's the way they want to play it, if the play is, Mercedes has all of these belts, but now she doesn't have any of them from AEW. So now what? Like, does she start losing those titles to other people until she's got nothing left? Like, if that's part of the story for Mercedes Moné, and you say, well, who does she drop the TBS title to? The answer being Alex Windsor is totally fine with me. The other, I love Queen Aminata. I love what she's doing. I think that she's doing stuff right now, which it certainly looks to me like we're building a 5-on-5, like, and that has the potential. I'm not going to say I'm predicting it, but it has the potential to be the first ever women's blood and guts match. And so Aminata is involved in that, and Mercedes is not. So Alex Windsor is not involved in that. So her going over there and having some matches with Mercedes makes a lot of sense. It's also a fatal 4-way. It's a 4-way match. So that happening at Forbidden Door, we know that Tony does like to give people victories in their home country when they're around. So Alex Windsor pinning somebody who's not Mercedes could easily start Mercedes going crazy, but then Mercedes says, I need a rematch. You didn't pin me. I want my title back. And she has a one-on-one match with Alex Windsor, who beats her. That could easily
and hear me out.
be
it'd be a great way to kickstart the promotion a year ahead of time of AEW All In next year and establish no, this is somebody we're going to be investing in.
Yeah.
The card right now does include that, which will have a CMLL and a Stardom talent. Okay, that is Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
Hiroshi Tanahashi will face somebody, so that's that qualifies. You have Tony Storm versus Athena, where if you really want to stretch it, you can say that's ROH versus AEW.
Yeah.
But there are 2 matches that just straight up aren't, which we will get into.
Right.
But Valab Tony saying, I used to pray for times like these, popped me so hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what makes me happy. Seeing Queen Aminata get more screen time. And then
she hits so hard, man.
Yes, she does.
There's like a linebacker in there. She does not pull any of her shit. She hits it as hard as she can.
And she and Tekla hit each other so hard that people were asking me in the Discord for a week if they had heat.
Yeah.
So AEW Women's Division blog, who sponsored our Fightful Awards last year. By the way, guys, you all can get early bird specials on sponsoring the Fightful Awards. Please contact us on Twitter, on Patreon, or contact Kate. Says, do you think Mercedes Moné will keep the TBS title until Wrestle Dream? That would beat Jade Cargill's 508-day record. Now that you say that, yes, I do. I actually, I do think that she will hold it until then. I think that if you're this close, you might as well erase that previous record.
I mean, yeah. I think there's a very good... If she wins at Forbidden Door, it will be because of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a fantastic opportunity to basically to say this is a new main event level woman on our in our division. To have her win in England, get a huge pop, to have her win without pinning Mercedes, which is part of the Mercedes story, to then get a rematch between the two of them. I think that would be great. Or if you needed to do that, you have Alex Windsor about to win.
I was about to say this.
Shit can her out of the thing, pin somebody else, and Alex Windsor have to win matches to get back another one-on-one match with her for the title at Wrestle Dream and wins there. You could absolutely do that. We'll have to see what Tony Khan is prizing above all other things in this little feud.
So Willow joins that Aminata interview. Statlander joins as well. Roderick Wildman says, considering the 2 groups of women aligning last and this week, are we getting a women's blood and gut match in the near future? It seems like it's in the cards, right? It seems like that's what they're hinting at.
Certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they are putting together 2 teams of 5. Right now, the heels already have their 5. They have the Triangle of Madness. They have Meganelope. That makes 5. So the other ones, we got Aminata, we got Willow, we have Ty J, and we're going to eventually get Chris Statlander subsumed into that group. So that's 5-on-5. What do you do with 5-on-5? Well, you could just do a 5-on-5 tag match. Or you could do the first ever women's blood and guts match. And those women all hit like trucks and have a lot of experience doing hardcore type matches. It would be a great 10 women to pick to be in that match. I think it's a great idea. I think they should do it.
Terry Allen Jr. says, there's a Queen Aminata interview coming. I would like to hope so. I would love to interview her. So you know what? I'll put in a request for that soon. I'll tell you what I do have tomorrow coming to Fightful, a Kyle Fletcher interview that we did in Dallas, of which he talked about how concerned he was that a thumbtack would go into his dick. Yeah. Yeah. Volob says Al also
you don't want that to happen. So I mean, I understand where he's coming from.
Of course. Volob says, shout out to Fightful's own Jeremy Lambert for repping the Danielson shirt and the NBA champ OKC during the Swerve segment. Yeah, he was there. He was wearing the Bryan Danielson shirt that he inspired, quite honestly. He spearheaded that. So good for him. Speaking of Kyle Fletcher, he cuts a promo and says that he is going to be the AEW TNT champion for a very, 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 on and so forth, long time. Don Callis is, just garnering heat, and says that he's been slaving away over this oil painting that we know that Mel Coleman probably painted. And it is like a nude Kyle Fletcher with the belt covering, and they join in embrace with the painting in the background. It's a very nice shot. Then they pan around and you can see it while they embrace.
Yes.
Kyle Fletcher is so very clearly like one of the guys. You hate to see what happened to Mark Davis, but you're glad to see that they capitalized on Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. Kyle Fletcher's absolutely one of the guys. When he says, I'm going to be the best TNT champion of all time, on my way to being the best of all time. And at the age he is at, to be able to say, I'm going to be the best of all time. And for people to sit there and go, there's a pretty good chance that's going to be true. Like, best in the world at any one time, you say, who is the best in the world right now? At some point in the next 10 years, you're going to say that about Kyle Fletcher. If he's the best in the world for long enough, all of a sudden, like the question of like, who's the best guy of the last 15 years comes up. And maybe it's Kyle Fletcher. We don't know how great he's going to be in the next 10, 15 years. It's crazy. So that, by the way, the match versus Dustin was tremendous. It was exactly what we needed to do. Honestly, him having to go away to get the knee replacements is, obviously bad news for him. But if it's what was needed so that he could have a full life for the rest of his life, that's a thing that you need. I get that. It was a perfect way to make it be Kyle Fletcher did this to Dustin Rhodes, regardless of how many miles that dude's got on his knees. You know what I mean? He wasn't moving around tremendously before that match. So I love the idea of, let's make it a brutal street fight where Kyle costs you the use of your legs. You know what I mean? And that's a great way to get heat on Kyle Fletcher because everybody loves Dustin. That was all great. The woman with a wheelbarrow full of Okada's title belts was a little odd to me, but not nearly as odd as Don Callis basically making Kyle Fletcher beg him to take it off. I want you to tell me how bad you want it. I want it so bad, Don.
That was so good.
Bad you want it. Take it off, Don. Please take it off. And then they took the sheet off the painting. That was hilarious.
I really like that. Tom LaValle says Mel Coleman did paint it. It is astounding. She is such an incredible talent and a lovely person as well. Just a wonderful person. But Kyle Fletcher is what a hit. What a hit.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about hits, Jim D. Dukers says Broditos. Holy cow, man. And Tom LaValle, this one wasn't on our list, but it says Bandido was great, but Generation Me is back. So yeah, let me preface this. So Young Bucks are backstage.
Yeah.
And they're complaining about their entrances, and they're complaining about Justin Roberts' intro and all that. And the video board won't come all the way down. And Justin Roberts reads it verbatim as they complained about it.
Yeah,
and then
they gave a backstage guy a card. Tell Justin Roberts this is what we want him to say, and it's actually a list of instructions for what to say, not a verbatim read this. But of course, the joke is that he does read it verbatim, including punctuation.
Yes. So Orion Ben says, great match for TNA. Old heads Jeremy and Max are back. They put a nod to the TNA days, Generation Me, the Max and Jeremy Buck names up there, which got a nice pop online. But then, and that's all fun and dandy. But the freaking match these guys had was unreal. Now, I miss Buddy Matthews. I miss that gentleman being around. But they found the best possible tag team partner for Brody King.
Yeah.
This team is unbelievable. Brody King is over to a degree of which, as of now, I think he should win the Continental Classic. If not, this tournament, I think that's something they should consider, even though I think it'll be FTR.
Me too.
Unbelievable match. And like we had both said, well, we don't really want Young Bucks and FTR again.
Right.
Well, this match, buddy.
Yeah.
This match, I'm here for. What an incredible pay-per-view caliber tag team match we got here in this tournament, which again, then just makes the tag team titles seem more important.
This thing just happening in the middle of the show was insane to me, because this was a top 20, maybe top 10 tag match of the year for sure. Just floating out here in the middle of a tournament, not for the tournament, just in the middle of a tournament. It proved the Young Bucks, their characters are jobbers, but I honestly really like that they can still wrestle. Why wouldn't they still be able to wrestle? It's just that they're feeling disrespected by the thing, and like all that stuff. The idea that like they were like, we need pyro for our entrance, and then it's really loud, but then it goes. That's it, and that was great. All that stuff, but the match was tremendous, and man, we were deprived of Bandido for what, 2 years?
Yeah, it didn't. It's crazy that it was that long.
It was an incredibly long time, and this match, the match with Takeshita for the ROH title, like he's putting together like a wrestler of the year resume with the stuff that he's doing. And I agree. I think that he and Brody are great together, and Brody is super over, and it makes me really sad for Buddy. Like, Buddy's just an incredible worker. I love watching him. He's been one of my favorite guys since 2018. I'm a huge fan of his. And I can't deny that you can't just keep Brody down while we're waiting for Buddy to get back. So you have to use that momentum that he's got. This Brodito team is great. When you mentioned Mark Davis before, who's also out, who also is a really good wrestler, while he was out, the other guy in his tag team caught fire, and you have to use that. He's got a singles career now. If Brody King is going to be a singles guy moving forward, moving up the card, the idea crossed my mind a few weeks ago. Like, if Buddy comes back and Mark Davis comes back, each of them with a chip on their shoulder because their former tag team partners ditched them for singles glory, that could be a really cool team, those two guys working together. Like, the power and the brutality, just the I'm not moving for anybody, Mark Davis, and the knees and the athleticism of Buddy, that could work really good together. They're both Australian. It could be really, really great. But the match was tremendous. There were times throughout this match that I wavered back and forth over who I thought I was going to win. I just thought while watching it, every time I was like, man, the Bucks are going to win this, aren't they? Tony Khan, book somebody else other than FTR and the Young Bucks to face each other in a tag team tournament challenge, difficulty impossible.
Yes.
But then he did. He made the right call. In my mind, he made the right call. Brodito's awesome. Bandido and Brody separately are amazing. Together, they're also amazing. This is one of those things that comes together very rarely, and it totally did.
It was incredible. Incredible. MVP cuts a promo backstage, and he was It's a little slow to cut that promo. I was like, what's going on? Is like Speedball over there shaking his fist at him? Like, does he feel threatened? What's going on here? But he cuts a bit of a promo, but then we've got MJF confronting the Hurt Syndicate, and MVP confirms he's out.
Yeah.
And MJF was like, we don't need them. Like, me and you can do this. It's always been us. Like, why not? Like, why not continue to just do things the way that we always that we always planned or we always talked about and the like. And MVP was like, no. And as a big brother, I'm going to tell you, I hope that you don't become world champion. He's like, we're going to do you the favor of leaving you in one piece so you can pursue it. But when you do, Bobby Lashley is coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was not supposed to end so quickly, by the way.
No, I didn't think so. If you're going to start it, if you're going to go through with putting them together, dropping it so quickly, I can't have been the plan without them actually feuding about it. But
which by the way, I was told there is no heat between MJF and Hurt Syndicate. They get along. It's something that they're open to revisiting down the line, which then again did lead me to believe there were some rumors that Hurt Syndicate was on the way out. I haven't confirmed that in any capacity or anything like that. Overall, the locker room there was a point brought up by everybody I asked about this was sucks that this is going on because the locker room's been the best it's been in years.
Yeah, which is great. I really liked the way MVP delivered the news, man, of basically being like, ever since you've been here, we hurt people. And the entirety of the time you've been with us, it's I, me. That's not the way it flies here. And he was respectful in the way he delivered that, but he was like, that's it. You're done. And I also liked as you said, we're going to do you the favor of not destroying you on your way out of the thing, way out of our group. This was well done. And this was the point where Max is at his lowest that I'm like, you got to get it lower. So that's why I going into the main event was 100% Max is losing, because I thought they had a really cool opportunity for him to be so pissed. And we got that really nice little scene between Hangman and Mark Briscoe backstage. I hope you do win because I want to face you for the title. If it comes down to it's a Mark Briscoe versus Hangman title match, and before the match even starts, MJF's music hits. It's like, you wanted me to cash this in? Well, guess what? I am. I'm not going to pin you for it, Seabiscuit. I'm pinning you. Like, turn it into something there where he's forced to do it because he had no other way of doing it to screw both of these guys. He's going to become champion. I don't know what you do with it at that point, but I did think he was going to be forced to use his contract to get the match. Maybe he still will because of the stuff that happened at the end of the match, but we'll talk about that. It was a really good setup for the match. The match had a perfect setup to it during the evening.
Slick Johnny says the women's graps tonight were sensational. They really were. It was a good match, very good match. And Love for Boost says, I love Queen Aminata. I remember Skye Blue doing something badass recently in a tag match that looked badass. Wish she'd make that her finisher. I would have to think about what that was because
I don't remember what it was, but
don't remember the spot.
It was a very unfortunate spot they tried to do with the chair on the outside and her code blue. It just didn't work, and it really kind of took all the steam out of it. But credit to the girls, they picked it right back up again.
Oh, Alex, I know you hated this coat promo.
I guess. I mean, I don't.
It didn't make sense to me either, buddy.
Is it that Stokely got a legal injunction against him as opposed to went to Tony Khan and got him like banned from the buildings or whatever because of I've seen in the past we do dumb things where like one wrestler gets a restraining order against another wrestler. I think that's not how wrestling works. So this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I do appreciate the stipulation that Copeland threw out there of your guys can show up to like rescue you from the beatdown I'm going to give you, Stokely. But if they do, then Tony Khan has said all of that I'm not allowed to touch them thing becomes null and void. So we'll see what that's all about. But, Stokely versus Adam Copeland was not on my where the best wrestle bingo card. I didn't, that's a thing. Like it's a storyline match, I'm sure. But when I'm watching Bandido versus the Young Bucks, I'm going, this is what all matches should be if they're possible. Because that's how great that match was. This is fine. We'll move past it. We'll get to Edge and Christian.
Are you talking about the rated 8.29 on Cage Match Stokely Hathaway? Is that who we're talking about here?
I suppose I am. Yeah, I suppose I am.
All right, then, buddy.
All right.
Stokely said that Beth Phoenix had the head of a micro brawler. I think it's pretty clear that FTR is probably going to get involved in this pretty quickly. And yeah, Stokely's got a great promo. Like this dude can talk it. Shocker. The guy that we have known for like 7-8 years that can talk his ass off finally is in the perfect situation to talk his ass off.
He's very good at it.
After years of wrestling companies trying to put him with, I want to say, some good ideas, but a whole lot of acts that they were like, hey, Stokely, can you make this act that sucks not suck?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, maybe just put him with somebody good and make them even better.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
Swerve Strickland cut a promo. He said that he saw fear in Okada's eyes, and Okada saw death in his eyes. That was a hell of a match for Forbidden Door. I feel like it's flown under the radar quite a bit, Alex.
Yeah, they're not doing a lot to promote it as much as they possibly could, considering, again, I mean, they want this new title to be perceived as 1A below the top title. So
yes,
and you've got one of your absolute top guys coming for the title being held by one of your absolute top guys who, again, might just be the best wrestler of the 21st century. Like so that you could promote the hell out of that, and you probably wouldn't be promoting it enough. It's a huge match. I'm really looking forward to it. I think the match is going to be great no matter how they promote it, but I feel like it should be a bigger deal.
I agree. Meet Norma says the women's four-way was a humper. Skye Blue may want to change her finisher. It was giving her problems. Aminata is stiff as a diamond in an ice storm. Listen, sometimes I think you need people that hit really, really hard. I think that's important. And I'll tell you what's getting hit really hard, Alex. People's wallets. WWE announced today that their PLEs are going to go on ESPN. Now, WWE and ESPN reps have spoken with Fightful and indicated that a number of cable services, if you have, will also be able to get this direct-to-consumer service. But, listen, guys,
Comcast Xfinity, which this guy has, will not. Which
and YouTube TV.
A lot of America, YouTube TV, which is the number one cord-cutting cable alternative, no. Comcast Xfinity, which is if not the number one, it's number two among all Americans in cable service, that doesn't apply either. So a NordVPN subscription would be pretty great.
Well, I'll tell you what everybody has. They got Netflix. And if you get nordvpn.com/Fightful, oh boy, are you in luck. Because this ESPN deal is just in the U.S. Starts around WrestleMania. But I know right now a lot of people are looking around and they're like, I got to have Netflix for Raw. I got to have, just at the very least, an antenna set up for CW, for, what is it? LFG and all that other stuff. You got to have like A&E, which I don't even think I got A&E on YouTube TV. I don't even think I got that. Yeah. Friday SmackDown, USA Network, then the PLEs on Peacock right now, then ESPN for $30 extra. Well, guess what, guys? If you got that Netflix subscription, even over here, Netflix is excited about this Netflix is like, we might sell some more subscriptions to wrestling fans. They are super chill about VPNs, especially nordvpn.com/Fightful. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process right now, guys. It really is this easy. You go to nordvpn.com/Fightful. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't worry about that. There's a button that says Get NordVPN, and right there, they're going to take you to these shockingly low prices. The highest tier is $6.33 a month. The basic tier that gets you all this is $2.91 a month, and you get 4 extra months. Oh, and by the way, when you go to this insanely high $3.76 a month tier, they're going to give you a $20 Amazon gift card back in like a month. I don't know how they're making money on this. I don't know how they can keep renewing us. They are literally pulling we are decreasing prices by 15,000% on you, and then they're doing it.
And then they're actually doing it.
I don't know how they're in business, but it's nordvpn.com/Fightful. I'm sincerely puzzled by this. This isn't an act. I don't understand it. But by golly, take advantage of it. nordvpn.com/Fightful. Listen, they've got a whole lot of other features, but obviously this is what we're leaning into. See the whole plethora of features. I pulled an old smart TV out today and to put in my gym. I was like, I wonder if I can get NordVPN on this. Downloaded it. I'm good to go. nordvpn.com/Fightful. Somebody says he's pulling a crazy Eddie ad read. No, when they added that Amazon card, I was like, huh?
At these prices, I'm practically giving them away.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like $2.91 a month to like cut because there's a lot of wrestling fans that just watch wrestling. And now, if you got Netflix, listen, they got a lot of stuff on there. I'm rewatching Sneaky Pete on there. Underrated show. You ever watch that?
No, I'm not really aware of Sneaky
Giovanni Ribisi.
Well, I like Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, he's very good. It's him getting out of prison and assuming the identity of his cellmate.
Oh, that's very sneaky.
That's very sneaky.
Very sneaky.
Very sneaky.
Is his name Pete?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's how they get the title. I get that now.
Yeah, it's a smart title.
It's a smart title.
It's a very smart title. Guys, use nordvpn.com/Fightful. Might rename. Buddy, you better believe I hit up my contact there today. And I was like, me and you, buddy. Me and you. I hit up my dude, Jake. I was like, Jake, brother, it's going to be good times, friend. Oh, we had MJF promo to kick off the show and a Mark Briscoe pre-match promo. How'd you feel about these, Alex?
I thought MJF did a very good job with his he's always very good with it. Briscoe is becoming more serious now with the promo style, which is what this feud demands. It's very good. But to me, like, Hangman Page is the guy that I look to for anything that's real. You know what I mean? Like, and that him coming out and being like, I've known you for 13, 14 years, all the way back to, I forget what specific indie he named, but like through ROH and Japan, and I've always respected the Briscoes, but seeing what you've had to go through, he says the last couple of years, but he means, without saying it, since your brother died. Yes. I respect you even more now, and I want you to win that. I want you to have that shot at the world title. He's just so natural and so sincere with all of these promos where he just drops all the artifice away, all the professional wrestling out of it, and just becomes a guy talking to another guy. There's nobody like Adam Page right now. So I really like that a lot. And then I thought the match was really, really well laid out and really well wrestled.
Tonight was a fantastic in-ring Dynamite. And I think sometimes you just need to show people what you're good at. Now, do I wish there was some more compelling creative around this whole show? Yes, but I think we're developing some people along, especially in the women's division. Perhaps they should get some more time. but it's very clear that they have made a concentrated effort to portray Mark Briscoe of late as on the level or bubbling under the level.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I had a conversation. It's not out yet, but it's one of the interviews I did in Dallas, because I loved his excuse for why he sucked in the Continental Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I've been a singles wrestler before, but this is really my rookie year as a full-time singles wrestler. And also emerging from the type of situation I did, I had to change an awful lot. There weren't nights I'm getting off with a lot of tag stuff. And now he feels accustomed to it. Matthew Hook says triple threat at Forbidden Door, Hangman, Briscoe, MJF. And Luis says he wanted Averno, Briscoe, MJF for the CMLL World Lightweight title. I was expecting MJF versus somebody from CMLL at Forbidden Door. It just makes an awful lot of sense. But I also don't know what like the drawing power of CMLL is in the UK as well. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know what that would be, but I mean, I would hope that the UK wrestling fans would know what it would mean to have certain guys from CMLL. Like, I mean, I don't know if Mystico is available, but like that being involved is in some way as well. But this, the triple threat is something that I thought might be in the cards, and it may still very well be. We'll just have to see if MJF has to use that contract to get it. But there was a little twist here at the end with the foot on the rope, Briscoe's foot on the rope. Remsburg blatantly not even looking while counting. Fine. You can't say that he was looking at it and missed it. He was not looking. So that's a nice little plausible deniability from him. But MJF realizing the foot was on the rope and then taking it off the rope. And I did appreciate, because I thought for a second they were gonna dusty finish the other way.
yes,
I did like that it wasn't just Mark Briscoe couldn't just talk his way into having the match restarted, because we've seen that in promotions before. But this being MJF won. It wasn't specifically said MJF wins the match, he gets the title shot versus Adam Page. So Adam Page may say no because you cheated. So I don't respect you. I'm not giving you the thing. You have to use that. I like that. Not only is MJF goading Adam Page into giving him a title match, but also Adam Page is goading MJF into using the contract he doesn't want to use. We're going to see which one of them breaks first.
Oh man, this was a good ass match, man. And I think they've done a really good job of getting Mark Briscoe on that level, providing a more serious element of that, because it's clear that he liked doing things the fun way. And he was put in a situation where he couldn't. So we do have Forbidden Door coming up. I'm very interested in what the hell gets added, because again, New Japan and Stardom have some pretty important stuff going on right now. Will Ospreay, I think there's a serious chance that he doesn't end up wrestling at Forbidden Door. Like,
that'd be so sad, man. It's not that far away. 18 days is like, if he's not well on his way back now, I just feel like you don't have to rush him back. Like, you wouldn't wonder. It's a neck thing, man. You don't want that to go wrong. Good Lord.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, obviously he did the all-in match, like with the injury. They kind of knew that was going to be, but whew, I just hope he's all right, because you don't want anything long-term. You can't lose Will Ospreay for like a year. You don't want that. And it feels like every year AEW loses somebody for a year. You know what I mean?
It really does. I mean, how long has OC been out? It feels like a long time, and he's not coming back anytime soon.
Adam Cole's going to be out for a long time. Omega was out for a year.
Jay White is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be when he first went out. Eddie Kingston out for a year. You know what I mean? A lot of guys.
Yeah. I mean, Thunder Rosa a while back was out for a full year after
Yeah.
being champion. Jamie Hayter, after
Yeah.
being champion, out for a full year. It happens an awful lot. Jay White doesn't look like he's going to be back this year. Speaking of Dustin Rhodes, I mean, a guy you have been able to put everywhere. Fightful Selected reported that he was going to have double knee surgery, and he confirmed that. But like, he's not coming back this year, and probably not until, if they're lucky, All In time next year because of his age and 2 knee surgeries and all that. But I do want to say that in retrospect, the idea to put the title on him in Texas was a good one because it led to a really great match with Kyle Fletcher. And I think accentuated that a lot.
Right.
And I mean, you know, a lot of people will look and say, oh my gosh, well, it's the AEW injuries. WWE's got a lot of those too. It's just, it's quite frankly, it's a lot like baseball these days. Science has come such a long way, or basketball, but now people are more precaution. You take precautions a little bit more, and you pull them out when you need to pull them out. And that's what you got to do. I mean, look over at WWE right now. If you look up and down their injury list, like Asuka missed a year. Zoe Stark's going to miss a year. Elia just missed a year. Kevin Owens going to miss a year. It sucks, man. It really does. It's very unfortunate, but we are fortunate to have you guys, by God. Please subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. But guys, go to Fightful.com. We're we're working out some bugs and all that stuff. We have integrated over to WordPress. If you believe this, we haven't been on WordPress the last 9 years. We've got a new, pretty visual site, but go to our resources section. You can get contract info, injury updates, roster updates. I keep a list, a verified list of what wrestlers made. Like when you see Forbes and the Sportster and places like that post, oh, these are WWE salaries, they're lying. I just want to let you guys know they're lying. I ask people on those lists. So we have made one of verified amounts. We've got TV viewership, and over at Fightful.com, we have more interviews than any outlet in wrestling history, and we've got more free content than anywhere else. Alex, what you got going on?
Well, did we mention that Darby Allin left Wheeler Yuta in a body bag with a note that said "Forbidden Door" taped to his forehead? And had Moxley and Marina Shafir not gotten there in time, his plan was to run over Wheeler Yuta with a big truck, because that was the thing.
That was also something else that I thought I dreamed.
When they found him laying there in the parking lot, I was like, that's clever. When it became clear that Darby Allin's plan A was to run over Wheeler Yuta with a truck, I was like, that might be excessive. But I did not have Forbidden Door on the bingo card for Moxley versus Darby Allin. That seems like the least forbidden of any kinds of, like, that is just that's straight up AEW versus AEW in a way that did not feel like that was going to be a Forbidden Door match to me. I guess they can't wait, and it must be done now. It cannot be done at All Out. So yeah, that was they got to it faster than I thought they were going to.
Oh man, guys, I appreciate you all. Until next time, we're out.